Hello, everybody. Bobby Amar here. Excited to be here again for another LinkedIn Live. If you're liking this, comment, like below. By all means, share your insights. Today, I'm going to talk about personal branding. So, this is my second broadcast for my Power of Connection channel. And yesterday, I talked about why it's important to speak and my whole story of becoming a TEDx speaker and also a professional speaker. Today, I'm going to talk about personal branding and why personal branding is so important. So, let's get right into it. So, personal branding. Why is personal branding so important? Well, I'll tell you this right now. 10 years ago, when I talked about personal branding, people are like, what is it? I'm not a bar of soap. And they didn't really understand what it was about. And then about 5, 6 years ago, I started talking about, well, here's why personal branding is important. And they're like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure, maybe yes or no. And now when I talk about personal branding, I can tell you that only 10% of people say, what is personal branding? Because most people kind of know what it is. And about 30, 40% say, yeah, why personal branding? But now they're convinced. But the rest of you are now saying, yes, how do I do personal branding? I want to know how personal branding works. So let's start with the definition of personal branding. So personal branding, and this is my definition, of course, everyone has different ones. Personal branding is essentially your reputation, your integrity, the perception of you, how people see you, how people feel about you. It's the collection of experiences and emotions that you create for people in every interaction. I'm doing one right now with my personal brand. You do something at a networking event, you do something in other videos and other content. But essentially, that's a big part of it. There's a great quote by Jeff Bezos, your personal brand is what they say when you're not in the room. I'll take that even further and say your thought leadership personal brand is what they say when you enter the room. Oh, there's that person who's the expert in this. There's that person who's the expert in that. Another way to define personal branding is it is your promise to people. What is the promise you deliver to people? So when I meet with somebody, what is the promise Bobby brings? Bobby brings warmth, energy, knowledge about a certain topic. That's things that I bring. What am I bringing here now? I'm bringing hopefully knowledge. I'm bringing passion and energy. I'm bringing insight. I'm bringing you expertise as a personal brand guy. These are things that I'm doing to try to make it more impactful, right? So that's how I define personal branding. So personal branding is your reputation and what they say about you when you're not in the room, but it's also about what your promise to people, so people know who you are. Okay, and that and and here's the other thing: personal branding is mostly defined by everybody else. The best I can do is I can manage my personal brand by being the best I can be in terms of how I behave. Am I always late? Am I always on time? Am I always energetic? Am I always funny? It'll depend, right? So that consistency will add to your personal brand. So it's important for you to understand that fact that it's managed by other people. Like how you perceive me is really my personal brand, right? So hopefully you're mostly all perceiving me in the way that I'm hoping is consistent with the brand that I know that I have, like the elements I just mentioned. Okay, so so that's the definition of personal brand. Now, why is personal branding important? Well, I mean, who doesn't want to have a positive reputation? Who doesn't want to have better integrity? Who doesn't want to have people think about them in a positive way? Who doesn't want to have, people feeling that they're connecting with you and receiving the promise that you want to deliver? Like if my promise to people is to deliver great value, high energy, warmth, and connection, and someone is getting that, I love that. But if they're not getting that, I kind of want to know that. And some people are like, well, I don't want to invest in personal branding. Well, the truth is personal branding is always there. Your reputation is there regardless. So wouldn't it be better if you actually start managing it and knowing what it is than just not thinking about it or not worrying about it? So that's one of the biggest reasons why personal branding is so important. The other thing I can tell you why personal branding is important is relates back to my video, my live stream a couple of days ago, which is my story. Personal branding is an incredible tool for giving you three really important things in your life. And this is something that I think all employees and all organizations and all teams really, really want more of. And it's one of the reasons why I started the DYPB startup, Discover Your Personal Brand. It's so important to me. I think it's a really hot topic. And our team is doing great stuff in personal branding. The reason we started this is because individuals and organizations like you want three things. Number one, they want more focus. We want to have more We want to have more clarity. We want to have more purpose. We want to have more direction in whatever we're doing with our work. Focus. The second thing that personal brand does for you is it gives you more alignment. Every single one of us wants more joy, more fulfillment, more meaning, meaningfulness, more values activation and alignment. We want more. We want to have that passion in our work and what we're doing. That's the second reason why personal branding will help you. And the third thing that personal branding will help you is that it'll help you create impact. Personal branding for me, when I started my professional speaking career, created more success, results, achievements, ultimately leading to my story and my legacy that I want to have. So personal branding, if you want more focus, you want more alignment, and you want more impact, then personal branding is something you should invest in. In fact, they say the best thing to invest in is yourself, right? So shouldn't you be doing that? Shouldn't you be investing in yourself to be a better person, a better leader? That's why personal branding is so important. And so, the third thing is then how do we do that? Okay, so how do we determine personal branding? Well, really, it starts with an analysis of yourself. Like, so you want to do like a dive into your values, your passions, your interests, your skills, your personality traits, the experience stories of your life, because you'll start to see all the things that meant a lot to you regarding that. Let's go back to that. Just redo it. I'm talking to my video editor here. Okay. Yeah, just redo that again. Let me see it. Okay. And again, if you have comments or questions, comment below. Let me know what you're seeing, what you like. Tag people. Share this post. Share this. Sorry, this is now a channel. It's my Power of Connection channel, as I call it. So if you have questions around Power of Connection, as it applies to your careers, applies to your work, let me know. Comment below. But let's talk about how you figure out your personal brand. So first off, there's the commitment to do the work. Like, it's like trying to lose weight. If you want to lose weight and become more fit, you got to do the work. If you're not committing to eating better or preparing the meals or going to the gym and doing the workouts and spending the time, then forget it. Same with personal branding. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, invest the time to become better and know who you are and know what your network is saying about you, then you got to do the work. So first off, commit the time to do the work. And I typically say, are you willing to invest 100 hours of your time in order to have 500,000 hours of fulfillment, focus, clarity, impact, and all that kind of stuff? If you are, great. Or if you're not, if you don't want to be fulfilled and you don't want to have clarity, you don't want to have focus, fine, go back to what you're doing. Don't worry about it. But this is the chance for you to invest. So that commitment piece has to be there. The second thing is then doing a deep personal assessment. And this is something I run with my workshops that I do. I'm doing a workshop on personal branding actually in June in Toronto. And when I take people through the process of my signature methodology, we dive into a personal assessment. So you're going to do a personal assessment into different aspects of who you are. That's a key thing. You have to assess certain things like your values and your skills and your passions and your stories and personality traits, things like that. That first piece of the assessment. The second thing you do is actually you get the assessment of other people. So you actually go out to your network and you get them to assess you on different things. And the third thing you do is you do like online assessments. So you do like things like Myers-Briggs and other kind of personality assessments. And then the fourth thing you do is you kind of go through the stories of your life. So if you review the stories of your life and what you loved and hated or were meh about, you start to see what worked and what didn't work. And then doing all that information, you're basically diverging into a ton of information. And I wrote this in a Huffington Post article too. You can check that out. And then what you do, once you have all this information, you then start to see the threads that are the same. So when I did my personal brand journey, I found that my assessment, the assessment of others, the online assessments, and the experience stories of my life showed me 5 things. But number 1, it said Bobby loves people. Oh, okay. And that tells me why that when I worked as an engineer in front of a computer for 10 hours a day and never talked to anybody, that's why I wasn't enjoying myself, right? That's amazing. So number 1, Bobby loves people. Number 2, Bobby loves performing and presenting, like on stage or on speaking. Number 3, Bobby loves to persuade and influence, so I like to talk to people and share things. Number 4, Bobby loves to nurture people like my mom. And then number 5, I love diversity. And by knowing that, it told me the different aspects of what would be a great path for me. And so I chose professional speaking. And that has worked for me tremendously. So when you think about personal branding, where does it apply to you and how does it apply to you? What have you done to invest in your personal brand? So, comment below, let me know what your questions are about personal branding. And because I'm loving this LinkedIn Live and because I love, helping people and sharing my stories and helping you with my content and whatnot, I want to get more questions from you guys. So, like, share the questions and let people know what's going on, because I want to be able to, build this channel and help as many people as I can. So I think I'm going to be here more often than. Sorry, I just got a comment from Dan on Baby Shark. That's so funny. Uh, your comments are great. Ask questions about personal branding, but again, personal branding is something that I implore all of you to invest in. If you need help, ask me. Look at my websites that I posted below. I'm gonna be doing what I can to share with you as much insight as possible to help you with your personal brand. But the investment in personal branding starts now. Invest in yourself. It's the greatest investment you can make. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? So, personal branding, your promise. Personal branding, your reputation. Personal branding, what they say about you when you're not in the room. It's owned by the people and managed by the people. If you want to take your personal brand to the next level, you need to invest in it. And so I encourage you all to do that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see me do more videos, comment below again, let me know. And I'll probably be doing more of these every day in the next few days. So check out my next one probably tomorrow morning on Monday morning. And I'll see you then. All right. Wishing you all the best and have a fantastic day.